Here's a look at your daily market report on this Thursday, the 21st day of August. Starting to see some significant feedlot trade in the north, still very quiet in the south. We'll take a look at those numbers here shortly, as well as day 3 of the Pro Crop Farmer Tour. Take a look at what we're expecting around the auction barns today first. Another light day. New Cambria livestock market, they're expecting about 500 head. Nothing at Mocan today. Taking a look at what happened at the auction barns around the state on Wednesday. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center had a lighter run, 610 head. The best test was on the 5.5 to 650 pound steers. They were called $5 to $12 higher. Lighter weight steers were uneven. Heifers called steady to firm. Farmington Regional Stockyards on Wednesday. They had a light run, 491 head. The steers and heifers there sold $5 to $14 higher. A few spots of $20 higher on some of the higher quality calves in the offering there. No auction reported at South Central Regional Stockyards yesterday due to the heat. Nothing in Green City yesterday. They just had a couple of small drafts there. Very, very light run there. And then Windsor Livestock Auction, they had 1,009 head yesterday compared to 2 weeks ago. The steers and heifers there firmed at $8 higher. The best test was a nice offering of 6-weight cattle this week. The steers, medium and large ones, a few 4 to 5 weights at 477.5 to 502.50, 5 to 6 weights at 425 to 490, 6 to 7 weight steers at 400 to 420.75, 7 to 750 pound steers at 371 to 380. The feeder heifers, medium and large ones, some 4 to 5 weights at 427.5 to 472.50, 5 to 6 weights at 380 to 420, 6 to 7 weights at 362.5 to 409. A package of 705-pound heifers brought $345. Box beef cutout values this morning. Choice up $2.28, 408.13. Select up $1.55 at $384.71. Those values based on 46 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds, and the Choice Select spread at 23.42. Taking a look at that negotiated feedlot trade so far for the week, 30,583 head. Still not a single hoof moved in Texas this week. Kansas has seen very light trade, 592 head, mostly all at 237. Iowa's reported 11,015 head so far. Live sales have been steady to $5 higher, 238 to 246. The dress sales have been anywhere from 380 up to 390, mostly at 385. In Nebraska, they've reported 17,406 head. Live sales steady to $2 higher, 245 to 247. Dress sales have been $5 to $7 higher, 385 to 392. Taking a look at the livestock futures this morning at midday. August live cattle up 45, 238.97. October at 235 up 15. December 236.52 up 7. Feeder cattle for August up 12 cents, 355.90. September's 15 lower at midday, 357.95. October at 358.02 up 35. Lean hogs for October 89.75 down 20. December 83.07 up a dime. February 86.15 up 27. Thursday morning, so the weekly drought monitor was released today. Things in the south getting more dry as rains down there have been very limited, scattered for the last several weeks. A few places have got some decent rains this week, but that drought intensity continues to increase south of the Missouri River. Currently, for just barely over 40% of the state is now listed as abnormally dry. Almost 10% now has moved into the moderately dry category. Turning our attention to the grain markets now, taking a look at day 3 results from that Pro Farmer Crop Tour. Yesterday they covered Illinois and the western third of Iowa. Corn number for Illinois came in at 199.57. The 24-year adjustment on that compared to the USDA number was a plus 4.2. So that would put the estimate at about 201. That's well below the USDA August estimate of 221. Most of the western side of Iowa reports there come in fairly low as well, all right around 200 bushel per acre. We'll get the final Iowa numbers tonight. Bean numbers, the pods on the 3x3 areas, very impressive. 1,479 pods in Illinois. That was up 4.24% from last year. The three western districts of Iowa, they came in anywhere from 9 to 15% higher on the pod count. Most of the takeaways yesterday from the crop scouts basically said that a lot of disease was noted in the corn fields yesterday, and it was going to be very difficult, in their opinions, for us to get to that final USDA number of 188. However, when they looked at the beans, potential there extremely well to exceed what USDA might thought, although that crop, of course, does still have quite a while to go, and right now it's just full of potential. But those pods have to fill out, and those beans have to mature in order for those yields to be reached. Today, the final day of the Pro Crop Farmer Tour. They'll be finishing up getting all the final numbers from Iowa and Minnesota. And we'll get those in the morning, and then tomorrow they'll come out with their final yield estimates for the year. Taking a look at the futures markets at midday, corn contracts are 8 to 9 cents higher. September 388.5, December at 413, March at 430 3/4. Soybeans 18 to 19 higher at midday. September 1033 1/4, November 1055 1/4, January at 1074 1/4. Wheat contracts are 1 to 2 higher. September 507.5, December 530 1/4, March at 547.5. Soybean meal for September up $2.70 a ton, $294.70. Soybean oil for September, $53.77 a hundredweight, up $2.57. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your daily market report for Thursday. This is Tony Hancock.